Hey, it's 𝚑𝚘𝚎 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be knitting with some black and gray chunky yarn and my big knitting needles. I usually like to use more than 2 balls of chunky yarn at once, but I couldn't this time since I actually bought a navy blue yarn thinking it was black. All credit to my brother who helped me figure out I got it wrong. I'm getting the feeling that I'm a tad bit colorblind, but moving on, I got this chunky chenille yarn from Walmart, and it's sold in packs of 4 online. I'll link it below, but in store you can get them individually. And I also got these size 50 knitting needles, also at Walmart, but I got them years ago, so I couldn't find the exact ones online. I'll still link the ones I found on the website just in case. Mine are good, but the only issue is that they're kind of short, so to make huge projects, the chunky yarn needs a lot of scrunching up on the needle, but it's still possible. In a past project with these 2 chunky needles, I made this huge blanket and also these 2 other blankets, but I made all those a long time ago, so I haven't done this in a while. When I'm trying to finish long projects like this one all at once, I knit in the night or early in the morning so I can go on without interruption. So after tucking my little brother into bed, I started at 10:55 p.m. and knitted at 12:55 a.m., 2 hours for 2 full balls of chunky yarn. And I think that's enough talking, so let's get into the project. First off, I casted on 16 stitches, trying to keep them loose so that the end of my project wouldn't be all tight and weird. That is a big mistake I used to make a lot, and I think I made a bit of that mistake here by not casting on loose enough, but it's not too noticeable. And then I decided to knit 4 rows of gray, all using the knit stitch, and then alternate to black and knit 4 rows again, and then continue the cycle all the way to the end. My technique for altering colors is pretty simple actually. I just cut the yarn and knot it very tightly with the next color. There's probably a better way to do that, but that's just what I do. If you notice my earphones, I have some very interesting documentary style YouTube videos playing on the side to keep my brain occupied while my hands are busy at work. Knitting with chunky yarn and huge needles can be difficult and not always as satisfying as knitting with regular size needles, but it's also a lot of fun and produces a pretty cool product in the end. And that's about all I have to say for the knitting process, so enjoy the rest of this time lapse of me knitting. So now I'm starting to reach the end of my yarn, and deciding if I should go for another row was always a gamble, because if I run out of yarn in the middle, then I'm screwed, or at least the blanket is screwed. But if I make it to the end of the 4 rows without running out, or at least with a little bit of excess, then that's a win for me. And I didn't run out of yarn midway, so I'm pretty happy about that. I was running out of black yarn quickly at the end, so I ended up binding off a bit tightly, which is visible in the finished product, but thankfully not so much. And now for the final stitch. Here I trim the loose yarn and thread the rest through. And here's the finished product. Here's the front, and here's the back, and you can see the alternating colors, but it kind of makes a cool pattern. And kid you not, it's so soft. Like, it's unhealthy how soft this is, and I'll 10 out of 10 make this again soon. I really like it, and it even matches my bed, so like I literally couldn't be any happier with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, or maybe even feel inspired to knit with chunky yarn and make your own chunky blanket. Goodbye, I'll see y'all next time. And if you don't mind, I'll leave in some extra clips of me just like drooling over this little blanket.